Well, welcome back now to week 6 of Webmastering, and this is MISM4331. And what we're working on this week is the second part of the project that we started last week. Last week you created the HTML file and CSS file for a typing speed tester. We're going to finish that this week. But just let me point out the other things that we'll be doing this week to set your mind at ease about it being an overwhelming week. First of all, we have our regular peer support forum, as always, but there is no research forum for this week, and I just think you're going to have your hands full with the JavaScript code and finding out all the little typographical mistakes that you might make in there. So no research forum for this week. There are 2 chapters in the textbook, and if you were in my web design class, MISM4331, you probably read those 2 chapters. You may have even taken this quiz down here. And if you have already read them, then review them and then take that quiz, because we've got to get that grade in for this week. And so that'll just give you a second opportunity on those same quiz questions if you've already had this in MISM4331. But you really need to understand what the textbook is telling you when it talks about variables and constants and functions and those kinds of things. So the textbook is a good reference book as you begin working with JavaScript. And when you come across words like array or something like that, then you'll be able to go back and just see what it was talking about. So all you'll be doing this week is follow the instructions in week 6 and do the quiz. And let me show you what you should have already completed, and then I will show you what it's going to look like ultimately. So you should have already completed the index.html file for your typing speed tester. And you should have already finished all of the CSS styles that make it look like what you see here on the right side of the screen. So if I click on random select text, nothing happens. It's just all we've done so far is just create the HTML part, but it's not going to work until we get all of this JavaScript code put into it. So you'll be working on this code for this week, and I tell you in the instructions that you don't have to type in all of these sample challenge texts. And in fact, I want you to find 6 more that are short, that are your own, so that you can have some unique personal input into the challenge text that users will see on the screen. Anyway, there's just a lot of JavaScript here, and I try my best to explain it in the weekly instructions. And when you get finished with it, it should operate just like this one, where that you can have a challenge text and then the user clicks in here and begins typing. If they don't like a big long one like this one is, they can select randomly and get something that's shorter. And they just keep working through here until they get something they want to type, and then they'll start typing, and when they get through typing, they'll see the score that pops up below. So this is what it's going to look like and how it will function whenever you get finished with it. And I wish you all the very best. And as always, if you run into any kind of a coding problem, whether it's a mistake that I make, which I do make mistakes, so if you see something that I did wrong, or if you can't find something that you might have done wrong, shoot me an email. I'll be happy to help you as always. And so just stay in touch. Let me know where I can help. And otherwise, just good luck on everything that you're doing.